The earth-shattering clash of lances, the towering figures of knights in gleaming armor, and teenagers so insufferable they make Joffrey look like a saint. You're talking to a king. The latest episode of A Knight of the Seven Kingdoms crashes onto the scene like a collapsing tower in the jousting ring, and it's epic. I want revenge. If you're new here, this is where we dive deep into the episode, the book, and the connections to Game of Thrones and House of the Dragon. No book spoilers beyond this episode, but we will use clues from the show to piece together what's coming. And before we dive in, a quick note. Every word, every edit, every frame of these videos is crafted by one person, me. So if you enjoy this, liking, commenting, and subscribing helps more than you know. Follow and subscribe to our channel, Movies and Series Reset, and let's keep this journey going. Now, let's get into it. And of course, my timing was impeccable. My mom walked in just as this scene played out. Meet Sir Arland of Pennytree, though honestly, I'm convinced he's related to Hodor. Oh, that's a big mom. In the books, Sir Arland's death is blamed on soaking rains that chilled him to the bone. But the show? It hints at something far darker, that gash on his wrist, festering, untended. A night's end, not in glory, but in quiet suffering. We see Dunk and Egg sharing hard salt beef beneath the shelter of an elm tree, a moment that's more than just a meal. Hard salt beef isn't just the episode's title. It's a callback to the novel, where Dunk offers Egg this very food after a grueling day. And that elm tree? It's everything to Dunk. Strong, unyielding, a symbol of the man he aspires to be. Last episode, he told Egg he didn't need a pavilion, just an elm tree. Now, we see it painted into his sigil, a tansel leaf entwined. This tree isn't just wood and bark, it's the legacy of Sir Arland. And what a legacy. Arland wasn't perfect. He had his vices, his drink, his women, but Dunk remembers him as a good man. A humble man. The kind who lived for others. It's ironic, though, that as Dunk praises him, we watch Arland pay for the company he kept the night before. This idea, what makes a true knight, is the heartbeat of a knight of the Seven Kingdoms. And Sir Arland? He's the mold, not famous, not rich, but real. Look at his body, scarred from 100 battles, yet he bore no enemies. We even get a flashback. Arland fighting beside Sir Manfred Dondarrion's father against the Vulture King. Through it all, Arland never complained. He sang, a tune straight from the book, off to Ashford to see if they made a hole. A hole. Funny, isn't it? Because later, we meet the fair maid Gwyn of Ashford, and let's just say, fair isn't the word I'd use. You're big and stupid. That was an overreaction. This is also where we see Dunk fight for the first time. And let's be honest, it's not even a contest. The man is a force, effortlessly taking down his aging master. It's a stark reminder. Dunk is something special. Last episode, Dunk failed to get Sir Manfred Dondarrion to vouch for his knighthood. So now he's at Ashford Meadow, begging nobles for recognition. There's House Florent, where Arland once served their blind lord. Fun fact, Allery Florent, mother of a Lysant Hightower in House of the Dragon, was a Florent. So was Samwell Tarly's mom, Melissa. Then there's House Hayford, who fought alongside Arland at the Battle of Redgrass Field, a brutal, decisive clash in the First Blackfyre Rebellion, sparked by King Aegon IV's deathbed decision to legitimize his bastards. One of those bastards, Daemon Blackfyre, a warrior so legendary his very name struck fear. His claim to the throne? Stronger than most, with Targaryen blood on both sides. And yet, it was Daeron II, legitimate but arguably weaker, who won the day, crushing the rebellion at Redgrass Field. Arland fought for the Loyalists, and it cost him. His nephew, Roger of Pennytree, died in that battle. Dunk took his place as squire. Of all the nobles Dunk approaches, only Lord Leo Longthorn of House Tyrell appears on screen. Leo, the great-great-grandfather of Game of Thrones' Olenna Tyrell, once called Hedge Knights the bridge between lords and smallfolk. But when Dunk reminds him of Arland? Nothing. Leo doesn't even remember him. Back to square one, or, as I like to call it, Squire one. Egg, now Dunk's squire, at least for the tournament, drops a harsh truth. If no one remembers Arland, was he really a great knight? It's a question that cuts deep. What does make a true knight? Fame, glory, or something quieter? We still don't know much about Egg, but the show is dripping with clues. He knows way too much about nobles and knights for a stable boy. That accent? Too refined. He left a copper coin Dunk offered, something no starving child would do. When the Targaryens arrive, he panics, urging Dunk to leave. During the joust, his eyes never leave them. And then there's the fact that Egg is bald. Coincidence? Or is he hiding that telltale Targaryen hair? Put it together and it's clear. Egg isn't just any boy. He's one of the missing Targaryen princes. Speaking of Targaryens, a horn blares and in ride 3 princes. First, Baelor, heir to the throne, Prince of Dragonstone. Then his brother, Mikar. And finally, their nephew, the infamous Aerion Brightflame, a man obsessed with fire, dragons, and cruelty. We get a taste of that when he mistakes Dunk for a stable boy. Knighthood has fallen on sad days. In the stables, Dunk meets 2 Kingsguard, Sir Roland Crakehall and Sir Donal of Duskendale. These men are the pinnacle of knighthood, and Dunk can't hide his awe. Maybe, just maybe, a great house will take him in. Maybe even the Targaryens. But when Dunk asks how a crabber's son became Kingsguard, Donal's answer is cryptic. The same way we became crabbers, Dunk assumes it's a Ragstorich's tale. The truth. Donal's family owns half the crabbing fleets in Westeros. Merit doesn't matter here. Power does. Egg drops the bombshell later, and it's a gut punch. Dunk's dream that knighthood is earned, not bought, crumbles a little more. Dunk follows a servant into Ashford Castle's tunnels, stumbling upon a very private conversation. The Targaryens are arguing about their missing princes. Mikar's son, Daeron, was ordered to compete in the tournament, but he's vanished. Baelor isn't surprised. Maybe Daeron just didn't want to play. But Mikar? His rage is terrifying. He can change. He will change. Gods be damned, or I'll see him dead. Dunk's caught. And in a world where eavesdropping on princes can get you killed, he's lucky Baelor recognizes Arlen's name. Baelor, obsessed with studying opponents, remembers their duel at Storm's End years ago. A fight so brutal, Baelor called Arlen the sturdiest opponent he'd ever faced. They banter about how many lances it took, 3? 5? But the point is, Baelor believes Dunk. And just like that, Dunk is in. But there's a catch. Dunk can't use Arlen's sigil. He's not of his blood, so he needs a new one. Enter Tanselle, actress, painter, puppeteer, and the woman who might just be Dunk's jonquil. Yes, that jonquil from the legend of Florian the Fool. The parallels are unmistakable. Dunk, the fool dressed as a knight. Tanselle, his jonquil. And just like that, she's painting his shield. An elm tree, a sunset, and a shooting star, the same star Dunk and Egg saw last episode. A sign of luck, of destiny. Dunk's awkwardness around Tanselle is painful. He's never been good with words, especially not with women. And Egg. He's no help. Both of them have been told they're not enough, Dunk too stupid, Egg too puny to be knights. Yet here they are, defying the odds. Then there's Lionel Baratheon, who ropes Dunk into a game of Tugafor. Let's just say Lionel's idea of teamwork involves slapping your rear and abandoning you for ale. Now, the real problem. Armor. Arlen's won't fit. Dunk needs custom-made steel, and that means coin. So he sells Sweetfoot, one of his 3 horses, promising to buy her back if he wins. It's a small moment, but it matters. Dunk's heart is in the right place. The armor will cost 600 stags, 3 gold dragons. For reference, a stag was first minted under King Yehary's eye, symbolizing House Baratheon's loyalty to the Targaryens. Egg, sipping Bugen-fisted cider, please let it be non-alcoholic, questions Dunk's chances of being hired by a great house. If Egg is a Targaryen, he'd know how rare it is for lowborns to rise so high. Their conversation cuts short as the tournament begins. And what a tournament! The jousting is spectacular, the first we've seen since House of the Dragon Season 1. Knights from House Tully, Lannister, Hightower, and even Lionel with his stag helmet clash in a whirlwind of color and chaos. But the standout, Prince Valar Targaryen, Baelor's son, making his debut. Yet for Dunk, the crowd's roar fades into silence. Flashes of Arlen overwhelm him. This isn't just about proving himself. It's about honor. About making sure the world remembers a man who deserved to be remembered. As the episode ends, Egg sees the weight on Dunk's shoulders. Arlen was his family, his mentor, and now Dunk carries his legacy alone. So what did you think? Did this episode hit the mark? Drop your theories in the comments, and follow and subscribe to our channel, Movies and Series Reset. Until next time, keep your lance sharp and your heart sharper.